Like museums all around the country, Hull and East Riding Museum has been hit by severe funding cuts. While some museums have been forced to close down, other museums, such as the Yorkshire Museum in York, have been forced to charge extortionate entry fees as a way of raising money for the funding. The British Museum is one of the museums who have been seriously hit, causing them to replace their professional staff, such as paleontologists and flint specialists, and are replacing them with volunteers.
I think archaeology's probably got the lowest level of funding it's had since 1960s. There doesn't seem to be any interest in the academic aspects of writing sites up nowadays. There's now the Portable Antiquities Scheme. We used to be involved with excavating sites where people had found valuable finds, but nowadays the research and the follow-up archaeological work appears to have been cut substantially. In fact, in many cases, finds that are reported as treasure do not seem to be followed up archaeologically.
Due to a recent survey, it has been found that 49% of museums in the UK have experienced a cut to their income, 37% of museums in the UK have a cut to high percentage of their staff, 47% of museums in the UK have increased the number of volunteers rather than paid staff, and 27% of museums in the UK have now started charging for events, reducing the number of free events on offer.
In the past, I've been involved with numerous treasure cases. I've often worked with the British Museum, where we have been called in to investigate sites where metal detectorists have made finds. We've followed up their find by excavating the areas looking for archaeological features. But in recent years, this follow-up work has been completely cut. It seems as though people now are just interested in getting valuable treasure and not interested in the archaeological context of the material.
Also suffering are the British Museum's Finds Days, which see professional archaeologists go around the country identifying and recording valuable antiquities for historical records. It is these Finds Days that help locate hoards and sites of historical interest, such as the Staffordshire Hoard, and due to the funding cuts, their staff has been cut and they are struggling to juggle the amount of finds to be recorded between very few people, meaning the amount of finds being recorded had been cut. This has caused some amateur archaeologists to argue that because people and their finds are having to be turned away at the Finds Days, we are losing important history. Simon Marsh is an amateur archaeologist who has been metal detecting for more than 30 years. This is his view on the argument.
At one time we could take 40 or 50 finds, and there were a variety of finds from a site or whatever, and they were all important, no matter what it is, if it's pottery or if it's coins or whatever type of artifact it is, they all have importance and significance. But what's happening is we've now started going and we've been asked if we could basically narrow down our finds, which seems rather ridiculous. So you've basically got to pick through your finds, and they, when you get to the museum, they basically sit there with you and pick through them and decide the best finds, let's say, and that's the ones that they want to record, because they just said they haven't got time and resources to record all the finds.
There is speculation as to what will happen to our museums and our history in the future. Will Hull and East Riding Museum remain free, like many others around the country that are facing the same threat? Will the British Museum cut its Finds Days completely, and if so, what will happen to the parts of our history that still lay in the ground unfound? Time will only tell.